Welcome, everyone. Woo! Let me hear you cheer. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Woohoo!
There we
Woo!
go. Yeah. Okay, who is excited to
Woo!
learn about UTSS? Yeah, go. Woohoo! All right. So we're going to get started. Yeah, there you
We
go.
even have a resident in here who's excited.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So we're going to get started with the changes. Ooh, I like your headpiece, Sheila. That looks good. So fancy. I love it. So we're going to get started with the reveal party for legacy standards. Woohoo! Okay, so welcome again. Welcome everyone. Today we're celebrating the next chapter of our legacy engagement. So again, this is just an update. We're not going to go in detail for every single thing. We'll talk about that here at the end of today's call. But we just want to give you an overall idea of what standards for legacy are going to look in 2026. Now, just a little note for legacy. We don't have a big overhaul of new standards for legacy. We're looking more at 2026 at a renewal of our standards overall. There's a few differences, a few changes, but it's not a humongous change like we're going to see more in life enrichment or independent living. Okay, so we're taking everything that makes legacy special, which is purpose. You all know I say that word a lot, right? I always say I should just tattoo it on my forehead. Purpose, dignity, and person-centered and person-focused care, and breathing new life into it. So let's get ready to be inspired and reminded of why every single moment truly matters in our legacy. So if you are excited, drop a heart. Just go to the react button there and a heart. You can do claps. You can do, what is that called? Thumbs up, whatever you want. Just show me your excitement on there. Okay, so why are we evolving? Why are we changing? Our evolution isn't about adding more when it comes to legacy. It's about going deeper, really knowing our residents and creating experiences that feel like them. This is the message you're going to hear a lot coming 2026. We've been doing some changes. We've had some transition, right, in the past several years when we talked about Montessori and resident roles and our routines that we have in the calendar. So we're digging more deeper for that when it comes to resident focused and resident led. Every interaction in your legacy should tie back to their life story. You're going to hear life story a lot. I know that we all do life stories, right? But we really want to put an emphasis on that process and ensuring that we have a lot of information for our residents' life story. That way we can create those familiar routines and the personal preferences. So we're moving from activities to fill time to experiences that fill their hearts. That means taking what we know from their BFF life story and using it every day to build comfort, connection, and joy. Now, a quick note that I'm going to give every department is that these standards are a minimum. Okay, so this is our base, our foundation for legacy. If you want to do more than what we're talking about, do it. You're free. Go fly, you're a free bird. That would be great if you want to bring more life into your legacy. Now, hopefully, y'all have seen this by now. Your EDs brought a copy of the, there it is, copy of the new TSS guide from fall meeting. So if you haven't seen it, go right now, stalk your ED. Well, not right now, wait until we're done with this, but go check it out. So every campus has a copy, one copy at this point, of the new TSS guide. And the legacy section is right there. It's beautiful with lots of amazing pictures from our campuses. Of course, the one that I see, beautiful. Look at that courtyard. Probably can't see it very well on my camera, but gorgeous, gorgeous pictures. So all the standards are there. Campuses will be ordering more guides for everyone that wants one soon, but you can go check it out right now, get a preview from your ED. All right, you guys ready? Ready to do this? Here we go. So, like I said, you will notice that the biggest shift for 2026 isn't about adding new requirements or new standards. It's about ownership and personalization of our legacy. So the main change, and this is the biggest one, okay? So everybody, here we go. Starting with the April calendar, your April daily rhythms. Each legacy leader, that means legacy leaders in lanes, ways, and neighborhoods, will design its own monthly schedule based on the residents' life stories, preferences, and rhythms. So home office will no longer send the pre-filled template that you get on LifeLoop, because we want your calendars to look and feel like your people, the residents that live in their home. What this means is that we will, when you go into LifeLoop, you will still see a basic template of the calendar. So it will say, early morning routine, and then it will go into all the activities, but they're not going to be activities pre-filled on there. So instead of saying chocolate brownies, it's not going to say that. It's going to say creative cooking, right? So it's going to tell you the rhythm, but it's your responsibility to change that before the 12th of every month to what activity your residents will do based on their life stories and preferences. So we will continue having the order of the rhythms, but you will fill with the activity that goes there. So this right here is the biggest change that you will see come April for your legacy. Okay. So again, we'll continue following the same daily rhythms, but you decide, and your residents decide, what experiences will look like there. The next thing is that the legacy leader rounding is no longer required. This will not longer be a standard. Now, this will remain as a tool available to support you and your legacies. If you feel like your campus needs that guidance, or you want to strengthen engagement between campus leaders and the rest of your legacy. However, legacy leader is not a standard any longer. It is an expectation of all leaders to go into legacy, just like it is to go into AL, just like as it is to go into health center, into independent living. We are just another extension of a service line. So it is an expectation for all leaders to go and visit all service lines, residents, and staff. So again, 2026 is just really a relaunch of the legacy culture. It is a chance to reset, simplify, and get back to what matters most, which is the connection, the purpose, and the power of knowing our residents deeply. So if you're excited about this, let me see those stars. Woohoo! Let me see those hearts, those thumbs up, because I am excited. Yeah, woohoo! Now, the framework, the foundation to our legacy is guided by the Memory Care Center of Excellence. So hopefully you have heard this already, Memory Care Center of Excellence. This is where Kara Chuck, there we go. She is guiding the vision of our legacy. Now, if you haven't seen this logo yet, the Alois Memory Care Institute, that is the branding for our Memory Care Center of Excellence. Is very, very new. I'm not sure it was yet on T-mail or anything. So this is probably the first time that you're seeing that. But everything we do in Legacy is grounded on the Memory Care Center of Excellence. These standards remind us to see the person first. We lead with connection, build on what residents can do, and use familiar sensory and environmental cues to help them feel safe and known. So this year, we'll focus on weaving these principles into every moment of engagement, not just programs, right? We will continue to have our BFF program. Again, do you see that first word? Life story, right? We want to make sure that everything starts with the life story. The BFF program continues to be our cornerstone program in Legacy because the life story is captured to create that roadmap map for engagement in Legacy. The life story is not just an assessment, it is to promise it is a promise of who they are defined as people. This year, we'll revisit life stories, update them, and use them intentionally to guide conversations, spark on memories in our legacy, and connect with the residents through what's familiar and meaningful to them. Our daily rhythm programs creates that predictability, the structure that our residents need in their home. We will continue to think of this as that steady heartbeat in legacy. So our rhythms will stay consistent, but each program should be personalized to your residents. So what this means is as you have admissions or discharges or residents move from service line to service line, your calendar will change on a monthly basis, right? We should not be seeing 50s trivia in January, February, March, April, because maybe the residents that really like 50s trivia have changed. So we should really see how that calendar evolves month by month. So as you're building your April calendar, again, the months of January, February, March, your calendar will be created by home office as is currently. But as you're building your April calendar, focus on tailoring each block to your residents' abilities, preferences, and past roles. Think about familiar music, sensory experiences and purposeful moments that make all the difference. If currently you don't have a good basis from a life story perspective, this would be a great thing to get started. Make sure that all your life stories are filled up, that you have them all there as residents move in. Make sure you're getting that information, that you start evaluating that. In Life Loop, now you are able to upload your life stories. You actually can upload a copy of the life story, or you can type things on there and create a very detailed profile for your residents. And then when you go into the calendar builder will start spitting out ideas based on your population, based on the likes and dislikes of your residents, on what things you should add in your calendar. So use technology to help you. I understand how difficult it is, right, to remember what do my 12 residents like for music. That's impossible for anybody to remember. But technology is here to help us. So we have the tools, we have the resources to make very personalized calendars in our legacy. So for an engagement tools and environment, very similar again. We will continue to have the basics. The main shift here is that now we have well-being hubs instead of live stations. Okay, so we are changing the verbiage on that. So they're going to be called well-being hubs. And the reason for that is because we want them to be purposeful, which live stations are purposeful, but you'll see why. Familiar spaces for your residents. So I was actually at a campus not too long ago in Ohio, and we were walking through the neighborhood. And as we're walking around, this LND tells me that she would love to have some space for the residents to work on cars, right? Because she has a younger population of guys that really want to work with their hands, and they really enjoy working in cars. And I said, let's do it. Let's create a shop right here. But where? We don't have that space. Yes, you do. What about this library space? Does anybody use it? No, nobody uses it. Then why? So that's why we're switching to well-being hubs that are personalized to your residents. Some of you may have the desk area. Some of you may have the baby station. Some of you may have that closet thing with the wedding dress. I don't know the name of that. So if those are not purposeful, if they're not purposeful to the residents that you're serving today, let's change them up. Okay, so we'll have a lot more information on that, but we just want to make sure that they are meaningful to the residents that live in their home. We will continue to have elevated experience like our Valentine's dinner, Girls and Galleria, and resident-led family dinners. These events just go beyond celebration. They're about, again, empowering residents to take part in the planning and creating, connecting them back to identity and joy. So each hub, basket, or any moment that we create helps the residents stay connected to who they are. Same thing with your lab basket. A lot of us, right, when we open legacies, we have the sewing basket, the baby basket, the gardening basket, and whatever other basket, right? Those are like our staples. But if you have residents that don't enjoy babies, then what is the purpose of having a baby basket, right? Or what is the purpose of having a gardening basket if you don't have anybody that enjoys gardening or spending time outside? So we're going to make sure that these things meet our residents' needs. Risk with dignity will continue to be a huge thing you're going to hear in 2026. And this means giving residents opportunities to contribute, knowing that there is some risk at just living life, right? We all have a risk of cutting our finger when we're chopping, veggies at home to make dinner for our family. Our residents have the same risk. So we just need to make sure that we continue to advocate for risk with dignity with our residents. All right, for family and communication connection, legacy engagement includes families and communities. So families are our partners in care and connection. We will continue to have orientation and family forum for residents. Same thing with family nights and Sunday brunch. Sunday brunch is a shared experience that should happen inside the legacy. And I am so excited to say that because we've all agreed that these amazing things should happen inside our legacy. And weekly trips, right? Making sure that our residents continue to be part of the larger community outside our campus walls and enjoy all the experiences that are around us. So we want to make sure that our residents continue to go out on trips at a minimum of one time a week, separate from the main campus. Now, for our expectations of excellence, this dementia essentials are the foundation of how we care. So if we do anything else, we want to make sure that we connect first, validate emotions, and build on our residents' strengths. These small shifts in approach are what transform care into connection. Consistency matters. We all know that. That's why we have our Daily Rhythms program. Residents with dementia thrive when surrounded by familiar faces. So what does that mean? That each campus should ensure strong LEA coverage and a stable, compassionate team. This means that when life enrichment is short on LEAs, a staff challenge with LEAs, we should not be pulling the LEA from legacy. However, we have to assess what that LEA coverage is for the whole campus and determine what's the best thing. But your LEA should never be pulled from legacy in order to have an LEA in the main campus. And I will continue to say that, and this is recorded, so you guys can share that with your LEDs as needed. Same thing when it comes to your teams and legacies, okay? The nurses, the CRCAs, anybody that works into legacy, we want to make sure that it's a stable team and compassionate team. So ensuring that we have the right people in the right places, it's key to continue to have that excellence. All team members need to complete virtual dementia experience, the VDT tour, as we call it, within 30 days of working in legacy. So anyone that works in legacy has to go through the VDT experience so everyone understands what it feels like to live with dementia and can respond with empathy. These are the bulk of the standards for legacy. Again, if you haven't checked out the guide, I would highly encourage you to go ask your ED to give it a quick look. But now, how are we going to get there? Well, great news. We're here to support you every step of the way, from training to resources to coaching. So the first thing is reveal party. And guess what? Boom, you made it. You are here. So big claps to you guys. Now, in January, we're going to have an in-person legacy training with your LES. So you will be receiving an invite to that training that is going to go in depth in all these standards. The main thing here, right, that we're going to see a big shift, as we talked about, is the calendar, the daily rhythm calendar. So you'll get a lot of training on how to build a person-focused calendar. During the months of January and March, you will continue to receive other webinars and coaching. So make sure that you, look for your Ready app, look into the Life Enrichment and Legacy newsletter that we send on Tmail. There may be guides there that we're sharing, links, videos, things like that. So we're going to try to use every form of communication to continue to give you the tools that you need to be successful next year. During the month of March and April, we are working into updating our Compass resources. And again, kudos to the LES team. Every single LES is working so hard right now into deep diving into Compass, literally deep diving, okay? Downloading the whole thing, reading through every single piece of program information, SOP that is in Compass to update it. That way, next year, as we are launching the new standards, you have all brand new updated resources available that are easy to find, because sometimes Compass is not that easy to find. So we're creating a structure that hopefully is going to make all of this much easier. So April is when actually the standards will be in place. So January through March is training, education, and April is when everything kicks off. So your daily rhythm calendar will be updated to what the standards are, and we'll kind of get going with everything else. The rest of the year is going to be more for us to support, check where we still need to do coaching, evaluate how things are going, make small tweaks as needed, and then celebrate at the end of the year the amazing rollout for the updated TSS. So who is excited? Woohoo! I'm very excited because, again, this means that we're bringing life to our residents again, right? Again, making sure that the life stories is the focus, the foundation for our residents, for our engagement, for the lifestyle that we have in Legacy. Bringing that purpose, that meaning, that life back to our residents is what's key here, is what's key in 2026. So hopefully you guys are along for the ride, because it's just going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing transformation. Samantha, I love your pinwheel right there. Yes, girl. Yes. I love it. I love it. All right, so I have one quick ask of all of you. If you want to turn on your cameras, I'm going to take a group picture. So that way at the end of the year, when we're like, you know what, we did it. This is going to be us launching the new program. And then we're going to take another picture then. So are you all ready? Give me a little woohoo! I have I think 5 screens. So I have to take 5 pictures, okay? You don't know what screen you're in. So here we go. There's 1. Hold on. I gotta go over here. There's 2. Oh, I love it. Look at those jazz hands, Emma. Love it. There is 3. Look at Alex waving, I don't know what it is, a flag or something. There is 4. Angela, love it. You look great. And the 5th one, woohoo! Look at those beautiful smiles, Tessa. All right. Okay, so the last thing, if you are excited, if you want to share your thoughts, your ideas, anything, questions that you have, feel free to check this QR code. I will also put the link on the chat in case that you would prefer to use your computer to do it. But if you have questions, go in there, submit your questions. We're going to create a Q&A after to see what questions everybody had. Also, if you are excited about something we talked about, you can share your excitement there. We would love to hear that excitement as well. Or if you're like, how is that going to work? Let us know, because maybe we need to create some education or reinforcement about something that, you're not feeling too great about. So again, we appreciate your guys' time. We're very excited about this. I see some comments on the chat, so I will look through those after this, because the call ends in 1 minute, because we have life enrichment next. And again, we will reply as needed. and we will create a Q&A. So hopefully everybody is super excited about the TSS. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and can't wait to see you on the field. Bye-bye. Woo!